What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 160. Massive, massive weekend of college football up ahead. Okay, major games in the Pac-12 that will shake up conference standings. A lot of playoff implications too. Heisman implications involved. Big weekend of Pac-12 football. Big weekend of NFL football too. And the Dodgers are beyond pathetic. I have absolutely no words for this team. I don't know. I don't know. It's a little ridiculous to me. And watching the Phillies, their lineup go up there and just smack the absolute shit out of the ball. It's really
let's start with that. Let's start with that. First thing. I do not know what the official updated tally is, but I'm pretty sure Mookie Betts is now 2 for 25 since game 1 of the 2021 NLCS.
If you want to fact check me on that one, I can get those up real quick.
If you are paying him that much money to be basically the number one player on your team, obviously there's Freddie, but to be the number one player on your team, you cannot go dead in the playoffs. And this has happened every single year that he's been on this team.
So I can't quite split it up by that series.
Well, but I had you can get it from the rest of this game yesterday. I said, as of the third inning in game 2, he was 2 for 19.
Okay, I think he went 0 for 3 for the rest of the night. So I think that's 2 for 22.
2 for 22. Okay.
Yeah. I believe at third inning, he would have been 0 for 1 at the time.
He had a fielder's choice. Yeah.
Mookie Betts, I expect a little bit more for my $330 million man. This
and a dude who was on Heisman watch.
No, Heisman. We'll call it Heisman.
We can do that. MVP watch.
I mean, one of my favorite things to do is just say random athletes in different sports for Heisman. Like I will start the Luka Doncic for Heisman campaign coming up here pretty soon. Like we'll get Jokic for Heisman. I think I had James Outman for Heisman tweeting that out at one point.
Yeah, you did.
Always,
that might need to be. That might get old takes exposed.
Well, we want to talk old takes exposed with Outman. Look in the mirror at him right now. But okay. Anyway, Mookie Betts not what I expected. This is what really disappointed me though. After game 2, Mookie Betts was interviewed and asked by a Dodgers reporter about his lack of postseason success, about how he has struggled in the playoffs. Mookie Betts responded, "I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the Dodgers. We as a team need to hit better. We have to do better in clutch situations. As a team, we just need to play better." I don't like my $330 million guy not taking any accountability for being a double-A player at the plate. So this is the thing with Mookie Betts that kills me, okay? This man, I'm okay not swinging first pitch. He's a leadoff hitter. No problem with that. He'll have multiple 1-0 counts. I'm convinced that 90% of the time when he's in a 1-0 count, he hits a easy baby pop fly to shallow left center field. Classic swing under it. Mookie's all pissed running to first. The amount of quick at-bats this team has is disgusting. Makes me sick. Makes me want to vomit. We're uncompetitive out there. We have zero competitive drive up there at the plate. It is quick 1, 2, 3 pitch ABs. Very fast ABs. Like their pitchers are cruising. Zach Gallen looked like. I don't even know a comparison for him.
Let's get into that. Let's get into
Prime Walker Buehler.
Let's get into game 2 because the end of Zach Gallen in that game, he had 2 runners on. I think next guy comes in, bases are loaded. All right. Yeah. We got 1 run out of bases loaded. James Outman.
I will be honest, it's better than none.
No, it is.
Slight improvement.
But to also say that if James Outman just decides to take 1 more pitch, one of 4 pitches, 3 pitches,
that entire sequence. Okay, that pitcher threw 2 strikes of his 12 total pitches. 2 strikes. We swung at maybe 3 of his balls, 4 of his balls. I'm going to give some slight blame to the fans, but we should have gone full on old school, high school. There should have been a ball 7 count. I should have heard ball 8. I should have heard the fans screaming ball 9 when he was getting up there. Like, we need to rattle them. Instead, we got Kike going up there swinging at fucking sweepers in the dirt. It's like, I'm not going to shit on Kike though, because at least he shows up. But
Kike's been good.
The team, it hurts me seeing them just look lifeless and like they have zero approach up there.
You can't call the whole team out for looking lifeless.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
The bullpen? No, the bullpen.
I'm just thinking about the hitters here. No, the bullpen showed up. I mean, and when we look back mid-season, what our concerns were, it was the bullpen. We were looking at hopefully strengthening up that pen. Now, of course, Gonsolin and number 7, their things happened and they left the rotation. But all of our concerns were on the bullpen, not the starters. And our starters have combined for, I believe, 6 outs and 9 runs. Yeah, 6 outs and 9 runs.
In how many innings?
Well, 2 innings, 6 outs. It's awful. Oh. It's so bad. But
I mean, total innings pitch is like 2.1.
No. 6.
Is it just
6 outs?
Oh yeah, it is.
So I mean, not great from our guys. Clayton.
Well, technically, Clayton got 1. Bobby got 3. Did he go through the second inning?
Well, Clayton got 0.1. Bobby got 1.
I'm talking about just outs, literal outs.
5 outs for Bobby.
5 outs. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I just want to say though, the more interesting stuff that's happened or came out. The rumors that if the Dodgers get swept tonight, which is probably going to happen, Andrew Friedman will be fired. Which is now let's start off with this.
Really,
in my opinion, something does need to change in the front office. There has to be some changes involved because right now, like, I have no other way to explain the team just going dead in the playoffs than some way the organization is right. There's something from the top down where I'm assuming that the Phillies GM, whoever, is sitting in that clubhouse for the playoff run, getting the boys hyped. I'm not sure if we have that same intensity approaching the postseason as the Phillies do right now, or the Diamondbacks. Something does need to change. That does need to happen, but I don't think it's Andrew Friedman.
Yeah,
Andrew Friedman. Now the Dodgers, they did not make any major moves this year. Okay, we could have gone after some big name guys that we did not do. But real quick, I just want to take a look at some of those names we could have got, primarily pitchers, because that's the big problem here. Scherzer hurt for a long portion of the year. Verlander as well. Both are also not the same pitchers that they were before. Other than those 2 names, Giolito, not very good. Lance Lynn, actually, I'm not saying Lance Lynn's going out there and giving us 6 scoreless tonight, but compared to the other names available and the price, the small price we paid to get Lance Lynn, that was the best deal that Freeman could have done.
Better than Noah Syndergaard.
Also, Freeman, we still have an 100-win team, despite 4 of his top starting pitchers either missing extended periods of the season, the whole season, or the playoff run. So, I mean, that's a wrench thrown into the mix.
He's put together 2 seasons, by the way, back-to-back seasons where people kind of thought the Dodgers were kind of
fix the lighting again, but go on. Yes,
was kind of out of it for a bit, and he managed to band-aid the rosters together to get 100-win seasons and post up some of the best stats the Dodgers franchise has ever had, including this year, where I think the Dodgers had the most RBIs ever in franchise history. Was that the stat?
Not I think. Anyway, I would doubt that, but not
there was some record set this season. I don't remember what it was, but there was something. In my opinion, like, look, okay, obviously everything in the season works well. It looks good. Andrew Freeman's setting up teams in the season that play very well. The batting coaches, the batters hit really well in season. Okay, they hit really well this season. Pitching coaches, All right. Pitching could do better in season, but in the postseason, right?
Oh, we're not coming after Mark.
No, we're not.
No Mark Pryor slander on this one. No.
Dave Roberts has perennially made bad decisions in the playoffs. This season, though, so far, he's been on his game. And if it wasn't for...
I would actually say that game 2 was his best ever performance as a manager in a Dodger. I would say what he did.
That's the thing. For the Dodgers, right? If he hadn't coached that game for game 2 and done what he tried to do to put the game together, I think Dave Roberts would be the obvious change that would need to happen because it's
an easy finger to point.
It's the easy finger to point. And everybody was pointing it last year, the year before. Like, it's been his issue not been able to get the team ready and put them in a position.
Dave Roberts hater number 1.
And it just, to me, look, if you're gonna have to make a big move at the top of the command somewhere, it's still, to me, the coach.
It's on Doc.
I'm not saying that I would want him fired right now after seeing the performance he put up as a managing.
I understand what you say, though, but maybe he's not conveying the right team mentality.
I've made the same kind of point with some teams in the NFL, right? Like, you could have the greatest.
I want a Dan Campbell as my manager.
You could have the greatest coach ever, right? And they could coach you the playoffs every year, and you could be and you want to get to the Super Bowl, but that coach that's only as far as they can take you. They can't take you any farther. They might be an elite coach, a great coach, the greatest coach your team has ever had, but they can't get you over that last hump, and you need somebody else to take you there. And I'm not saying that that's what's going on with Dave Roberts right now, but what I am saying is I think that the evidence between Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts points a lot more to Dave Roberts' ability to coach in critical situations and getting teams ready for the playoffs than it is Andrew Friedman's ability to build
Do you want Dave out?
I don't want him out, but I think if you're going to make a change, especially at the top, it has to be Dave Roberts over Andrew Friedman.
It seems like one of them is gone.
If that's the way you want to go, I think it's got to be Dave Roberts over Andrew Friedman, because Andrew Friedman's ability to make rosters work and get elite talent and be able to swindle things.
I mean, to be honest, if we really take a look at the moves Friedman has made, I mean, man's been a savage and he's gotten screwed. I mean, like Trevor Bauer, see that one coming. Machado, he went and got him 2018 when Seager got hurt. And we were like, oh shit, we're serious this year. 2019, heading into that season, if I remember correctly, we kind of stayed a little stagnant, but that was Belly MVP year, so it was kind of masked. 2020 got Mookie. 2021 get 2021
was that Scherzer and
Bauer
and
Trey.
And Trey, yeah.
I mean, 2021. I mean, I can never blame Friedman. And this season, I want to go back. Of the big names that we were all upset that we didn't sign, none of them are playing as expected. So, well, that's a whole different. I mean, to the Dodger fans out there talking about Corey Seager, killed it in the playoffs 2020. I do not even want to go through my mind the amount of times I've seen Corey Seager just strike out at sliders in the dirt on 2 strike counts in the playoffs and the amount of errors he made at shortstop. I mean,
I just personally think that if you look at everything put together to this point, all right, you include, let's just look specifically at the postseason, because that's the main problem here. We look at all the last 4 or 5 postseasons. Okay. The team that's been put together for all of them has been typically considered the best roster entering the playoffs. Every season.
The Dodgers pretty much have had the best roster entering the postseason for
every season.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you say that it's kind of on the coach if they don't perform to that point? And outside of the
baseball coaching, you have zero impact.
But it's practice. It's in the locker room. It's the mentality. It's all these other things. It's management decisions. And what I am saying is outside of game 2 in this year's playoffs, I think overall Dave Roberts has not done a great job
this year
coaching outside of just in general, the last 4 years. I think Dave Roberts has not done a great job coaching in the playoffs. And I'm not saying right now, if it was me, I think that there needs to be more minor changes. I wouldn't go big changes from the top right now. I would not fire Friedman. I would not fire Dave Roberts, but I would go lower. I think maybe a change in batting coaches, maybe, even though I know this year was well, maybe a change in the way that you do practices and other stuff, just the general. But I think that like I said, I think that it comes down to, if everybody's saying that the best rosters are the ones the Dodgers have entering the playoffs, that's not a problem with your GM. Because the GM is doing their job. The GM is creating the best physical roster. So if you're changing that, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you be doing
if
that?
I'm going to give, I'm not going to put necessarily too much blame on Dave. In my opinion, a big reason why the team doesn't quite have the intensity is because we're doing stupid fucking Freddie Freeman dances on second base, fucking giggling, smiling throughout the whole game. There's no intensity on the fucking team. We're all out there for shits and gigs, okay? Like, when I was seeing halfway through the season, people like, look how fun this Dodger team is. Look how fun we are. It's like, yeah, well, this fun little team is about to get fucking swept by an 84-win Diamondbacks team. All right? I want to see fire, okay? No more fucking dancing. We're done with that shit.
I'm kind of saying that kind of comes from your coach.
Well, no, it's on fucking Freddie and Mookie.
No, that's true, but the coach can be like, "What the fuck are we doing, guys?"
Well, yes,
like,
to a degree, but I mean, based on Mookie Betts recently in his fucking answers,
so
he seems like he does not take shit from anybody.
Do you think that the way is to trade one of them away? Is that the move that you're suggesting?
I wouldn't necessarily say trade them away.
One of them, not both of them. One of them.
I wouldn't necessarily say trade them away. However, I do want to say that it's just like someone's got to be getting on their ass. Like Bryce Harper, the media gives him absolutely zero respect, shits on him for being a piece of shit. So Bryce Harper, once he joined the Phillies, his new team, he's now the leader. Look at how the Phillies play. When Bryce fucking speaks, they listen. They respect the shit out of him. Mookie and Freddie, they cannot get that type of intensity out of Muncy or JD right now. Like Freddie's sitting there like, hey, man, I just hope to get a good hit out there. Nice left set. It's like Mookie's sitting there like, yeah, I got a podcast, got to record, which no shame to the podcast part, but you're the baseball player here, Mookie. I need focus. I need fire. I want to see dogs up there at the plate. Will Smith also, I just don't see drive out of that 2020 run. I saw fire out of him. It's like, we need Jock Peterson's back. We need Belly's back. We need guys with fire on this team.
You know what I just saw?
Especially Jock.
This kind of tells you the state of everything right now. When Mookie steps into the batter's box tonight, it will be the first time in the playoffs this season where they are not trailing by 1 run or more.
True. We could see a whole different approach, that it's a tie game when they're hitting. Maybe. We'll see. I hope. Not so certain about it. I hope, though. We'll see. Let's be real, though. It's going to be a 2-pitch Mookie fly out. Freddie might work it to 3-2, but I mean, he'll ground out. And then Will Smith, 4-pitch strikeout. Yep. Onto the next half inning, where Lance Lynn will get shelled, giving up 14 runs over 0.2 innings. Yes, my predictions. Okay, enough of that shit. All right, college football, massive weekend. Oregon at Washington, USC at Notre Dame, and UCLA at Oregon State. I just want to say
Memphis.
Major game Friday night too, and Tulane coming off the bye, major rest advantage. I mean, that too. Roll wave, baby. But okay, Oregon, Washington. I think this game might end up being one of the top 3 most influential games of the college football season. So right now, Oregon and Washington both, tied with USC as well, but we're expecting Oregon and Washington to be better teams than USC. Oregon and Washington both looking to be the best teams in the Pac-12. The winner of this game will likely be almost guaranteed to be in that Pac-12 conference championship game. Also, Michael Penix, I'm not sure if you know this.
I'm hearing a vague police siren right now.
That's the New Orleans Police Department.
I am hearing one.
It's not for me.
So does it matter or does it not matter?
Yep, not for me. Not for me. Nope.
So does it count or does it not count?
Let's just play along with it. Says it counts. Oregon and Washington, are they both frauds? Or
no,
is it the Pac-12 is a fraud?
It's that, or
it doesn't matter.
Or are you saying that this game is for the Pac-12 championship?
Okay. That could also be it too. Okay, we got to write this one down. But what I was going to say, and the fraud alert didn't come out for this, so this one's still on the table. I'm not sure if you saw this, but Michael Penix actually jumped Caleb Williams in Heisman favorites on many sports books this week. Bo Nix is in the top 5. He's third in many sports books in their odds right now. So this Michael Penix versus Bo Nix matchup could have serious Heisman implications as well.
Can I also just add something about Michael Penix real quick?
I have a feeling that you're going to say something mean about him, but okay. The way you started that off.
This is not going to, we still have more to talk about, so this is not a transition to the NFL, but what I do want to say is Michael Penix is an elite college football quarterback.
Say it, Everett.
I do not think that he's going to be an elite NFL quarterback.
Why not?
I think the way that he plays, his throwing motion, the reads he makes, like I don't think that he is.
Describe the reads he makes. I'm curious.
They're all he does. He just likes throwing the deep ball. He doesn't really have a continuation. He kind of just, if it's a deep ball
route,
what do
you
mean?
He kind of just throws the ball. Continuation.
Meaning like he goes left to right and then back to left or right to left and back to right. Like he kind of,
so it's kind of like read a defense and he can only throw streaks.
I'm not saying he can't read a defense. What I am saying is he's kind of more oriented to a half the field at a time.
Okay. Now many things can happen. So I want to say, hey,
but
what you're saying now is what they said about Stroud about 5 months ago.
But what my biggest issue that I have when it comes to players where I'm like, I don't think they're going to do well, which to this point, what I will say is I have not been wrong when it's come to this literal statement is the throwing motion, the mechanics of the throwing motion.
Break it down for me. Why is it so funky?
It's clunky. It looks like he's shot putting. It's like he's throwing a javelin.
Now, I think I might have a solution to help this out. Now Tua, as another lefty, a lot of the times it looks weird. So I'm gonna pull up some Michael Penix. I'm gonna flip it in reverse so it looks like he's a righty, and then I want you to think about it again because lefties, it's weird. You're not used to seeing.
No, I know, but I'm just looking at the shoulder.
I just want to say I want to rotate it, and I think you can really make up. I just want to. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get it. But I'm just getting like. Remember when I was watching the Johnny Manziel doc, and I remember texting you after watching it. I was like, yeah, after watching the replays of Johnny Manziel playing, like that throwing motion is really, really kind of disgusting, especially for an NFL player. And
I mean, that's a shame Kyle Shanahan didn't think the same way when he was in Cleveland and took him.
That's just kind of the same. Like it's the throwing motion for me. Like I don't think
so I just looked up his first throw against Cal, and this thing looks like a fucking laser out of his arm. I'm gonna send you this clip,
but it's just clunky. Like I don't like the clunky throwing motion.
The clunky thing you're talking about. But this shit looks fluid as fuck. Oh my god. All right, I'm sending you this. I'm gonna send in the Zoom chat. I want you to pull up and look at just the very first clip. I haven't even watched the rest. Let me see clip 2 though. Maybe you are onto something with the clunkiness.
Like he throws one of the best deep balls in college football right now. But that's also
okay. Go to 18 seconds. That's one of the fastest releases I've ever seen. He gets that shit out fast.
I'm not saying the speed of the release. I'm saying the literal mechanics of said release is like weird.
Well,
the way
what do you
he
mean
rotates,
by that? That looks fluid.
The way he I'm not saying it's not fluid. That's not what I'm saying.
Well,
it could be a
clunky,
fluid motion.
kind of.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the literal way he moves his arm to throw the ball. To me, is just it's weird, and that does not rub me the right way when it comes to analyzing how somebody's going to do in the NFL. Because historically, when I have seen a player have that kind of weird shoulder motion, typically it hasn't done well, and that's a little bit why I've seen some of it from Quinn Ewers too. Quinn Ewers has had some weird throwing motions this season to Quinn Ewers.
Oh, I thought you said Quentin Ewers. I was like, wait a second. No. Did he get a new name? Like what?
Yeah. After the loss, they really just decided to throw on some extra baggage there. But like,
he actually grew out the mullet in a week. He's back.
But that's the issue with me. And like, yeah, like he has great read, like not great read. He has a fluid throwing motion and a quick throwing motion. But to me, if you can't,
but clunky
mechanically. Yes.
Okay. All right. You lost me there, but Penix, I'm really excited for this game. Oregon definitely has a better defense than Washington. I do think Washington's offense is a step ahead of Oregon, but a key name that I want to keep my eye on for this game is Oregon running back Bucky Irving. Okay. One of my top 10 running backs going into this season. The Oregon run game, I think, matches up quite well against the Washington run defense. I think that is an aspect of the game that can make Bo Nix's life very easy. Oregon could stay on schedule in these early downs, be in second and medium, second and short, favorable situations where Oregon could really control the pace of this game. I do think, though, Washington just has a more explosive offense. I think they have much better weapons outside. Odunze is one of my favorite players in college football. So this game, I am extremely excited for. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know. I would lean Oregon. But, hey, I'm stupid when it comes to this. I don't know anything. I also want to say awful timing that Notre Dame lost to Louisville last week. Awful timing. That's not good. They're going to be very motivated for this one. That's not what I want to see as a USC fan. But okay, onto the NFL.
Record watch.
Well, not record before watch, that, do we want to discuss injuries or do you want to wait till the teams get brought up?
I talked about it a lot last. No, okay. Well, no, I didn't. I don't think Justin Jefferson was on IR yet.
No.
Yeah, we need to talk about it. Let me have my piece. All right. I was talking about how
Hear that?
What?
It wasn't a fire siren, but it was like a
scream.
No. Like someone was just cruising down fucking Wilshire on their Mustang. Loud car, loud engine.
Yeah. So I know I talked about my dynasty team and how my season's over, and I know I talked about the prospective injury for Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is now officially on IR, and the thing I want to say, and the thing that pisses me off, is I have seen so many people be like, all right, Justin Jefferson might just sit out after being on IR just because he's not getting a new contract. That's complete bullshit. Justin Jefferson has stated specifically he cares less about money and more about being able to play, record chasing, and Super Bowls. All right. The season, by the time he comes off of IR, most likely is not going to be a playoff contending season. All right. We just have to face those facts based on the teams that the Vikings play the rest of the way. But that does not mean that he's going to opt to sit out because he didn't get his contract. The Vikings are going to be willing to pay him whatever he wants. It's just going to be a matter of when he gets done at the end of this season. He's not going to sit out. That's not going to happen. That's complete fabrication, complete bullshit, and stop spreading that narrative. The other narrative are people being like, Justin Jefferson wants to trade. That's also complete bullshit. Never once has he said he's wanted to trade. He's never once said that he doesn't want to play for the Vikings. None of that shit. I'm
also not sure if trading him now, that team that he gets traded to also needs to pay him. So, I mean.
And the other thing now is, okay, the Vikings, season's over. We should just tank. The Vikings, if you're a fan of the Vikings, you one will know that they will not tank. And two, if you're a fan of a team, you should never actively cheer for them to tank. All right.
Yeah, there's only one fan base where I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Only one.
You can cheer for them to trade players away and maybe see how that goes, but can't cheer for them to tank. All right. All right. Look, like the Vikings, in my opinion, and I've said this before, I said this on Twitter, I think that this has always been a competitive rebuild. The specific word in that statement is a rebuild. All right. And if I'm the Vikings, I'm still going to be trying to win games. I'm going to try and entertain my fan base. I'm going to try to entertain my owners. But while doing that, I'm going to pay attention to the future. And if that means trading away Daniil Hunter or Jordan Hicks or Harrison Smith, which, by the way, rein your fucking people. And Harrison Smith for a 6th-round pick, that's some bullshit, all right?
Hey, man, Chargers fans, we're not intelligent. The 15 collective group of us, we're not the smartest people on the planet.
Trading away Ezra Cleveland, who's our left guard, trading away Ed Ingram if somebody wants to fucking take him, please. You know,
I thought JC Jackson was not anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah. So it's just all of that. And also Kirk Cousins is not getting traded. I don't know how many times that needs to be stated, but it's not getting traded because 1, the Vikings don't want to. 2, he doesn't want to leave. 3, he has a no trade clause. And 4, no fucking team who would be able to trade for him right now would be able to trade for him right now, i.e. the Jets, because the Jets 1st and 2nd rounders, which, yes, by the way, would either cost a 1st or a 2nd rounder to get him, cannot give up said picks because they're locked in the Aaron Rodgers trade until the end of the season. So that's that with that. Anthony Richardson also probably out for two months is what it seems like. It seems like
what?
That went from 4 to 6 weeks.
2 months?
It went from 4 to 6 weeks to 4 to 8 weeks. And whenever it extends like that, the assumption is it's going to be probably about 6-7 weeks. So I think he's going to be out for like 6 weeks.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
I didn't know. I thought it was 4 weeks.
It was 4 to 6.
That was fucked up of me to ask about.
It was 4 to 6 weeks. And then they changed it to 4 to 8 weeks. And you never change it from 4 to 8 weeks unless you're anticipating that's going to take longer than 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Colts right now, Jonathan Taylor back in your bubble wrap shed. Zach Moss, let's go to the moon, baby. Why would you run out Jonathan Taylor right now? Why would you? Why would
you? Wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Yeah, no, Zach Moss.
Yeah, no. Terrible
but
week.
Gardner Minshew is going to be a hilarious football. Hilarious.
Great for you. Great for you. Extra quarterback.
Well, doesn't quite line up with my bye weeks. I think AR-15 can be back by the time I need him. I have a week 13. That's Justin Fields' bye week. So,
well,
so it doesn't really matter that I have Minshew right now.
You hear that?
Is there a poltergeist in your room? What the hell was that?
You heard that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my housemates, man.
Yeah, I mean, they up to
screaming in the
right
kitchen.
Now. Big weekend, maybe. Excited, but okay. All right, on to the picks. I
got 7.
No way.
I split.
Okay. I started off 3-5. I ran the table to end it. I went 9-5. I went 9-5.
How did you go 9-5 when we had the same record?
We did not have.
We had the same record as of.
I miscounted. So Commanders wrong, 0-1. Bills wrong, 0-2. Falcons, I don't know how they won, but they did 1-2. Lions, 2-2. Titans L, 2-3. Dolphins 1, 3-3. Patriots, the worst loss of Bill Belichick's career, 3-4. Ravens, 3-5. Eagles dub. Bengals dub. We're now 5-5. Jets dub 6-5. Chiefs dub 7-5. Niners dub 8-5. Raiders dub fucking 9-5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember last second I said for my last what the fuck game of the week, I'm on the Packers and I always get these wrong, so I'm switching to the Raiders.
All right. Okay. I gotta say the matchups then. Here are the matchups for this week. Broncos, Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Commanders, Falcons.
Everett, you need to announce that it's another London game. Ravens at Titans. Well, at Titans in London. Come on, Everett. Man. You know how many people we got listening across the Atlantic? That's right, 0.
Yeah.
But
Well,
what
no,
if there
hey,
was one?
Don't shit on our
George
Swedish
doesn't listen
population.
anymore.
Don't shit on our Swedish population. Don't forget.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
7% of our listeners, Swedish.
I apologize to our Swedes. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, why you chose the Waterboy podcast, an American.
Well, we know why.
Yes,
because of all of my fantasy Premier League breakdowns, which I do about once a year for 2 minutes.
That's a special episode. All right, Broncos Chiefs, London game of the week. Ravens Titans.
All right, quick side note. Can we stop with this London shit? All right, it's been 3 weeks in a row now. Please don't tell me it's Berlin next week. I know it's gonna be.
Send that shit to Australia. Let me get an Australia game in there.
That could be interesting.
Could we do like a CFL exhibition match in Canada?
Oh no, we're not giving Canada any love.
Okay. Commanders, Falcons, Vikings, Bears, Seahawks, Bengals, 49ers, Browns, Panthers, Dolphins, Colts, Jaguars, Saints, Texans, Patriots, Raiders, Cardinals, Rams, Eagles, Jets, Lions, Bucks, Giants, Bills, and Cowboys, Chargers. Here are my picks. Chiefs, Ravens, Commanders, fuck my life, the Vikings, Bengals, 49ers, Dolphins, Jaguars, Texans, Patriots, Rams, Eagles, Bucks, Bills, and revenge game of the motherfucking week. Give me the Chargers.
Let's go, Kellen Moore, baby. Fuck yes. Okay, that made me happy. Okay, pretty similar picks this week. I'm not gonna lie. But regardless, Chiefs, Ravens, which I hate. I hate the Ravens this week, but I'm picking them too. Falcons, Vikings, Bengals, Niners, Dolphins, Jaguars, but we need to go over that game immediately after. Jaguars, Saints, and I'm doing this for CJ because I know if I pick the Texans, they will lose, so I'm picking the Saints. Raiders, Rams, Eagles, Lions, Bills, and Chargers.
All right. First thing I just want to say, Patriots, Rams, you are completely underestimating Josh
Raiders.
McDaniels. And I'm saying you're completely underestimating Josh McDaniels.
I know. And there's obviously, I wouldn't say this is a revenge game for McDaniels. If anything, it's more so Bill angry at McDaniels. Yeah. But if there's, I went into this season, under the, with great respect for Coach Belichick. And what I've seen over the past 2 weeks has changed my whole impression of him as a coach, and a figure.
Hey, what did I say? What did I say at the start of the season?
I'm saying, Everett, I'm picking the Raiders because of you, because you're right. Bill ain't even a top 15 coach in the NFL.
Yeah, what did I get shat on for saying, Bill Belichick's not a top 10 coach? Everyone was like, how the fuck's you not have Bill? This is how I don't have Bill Belichick. And you wanted fucking evidence? All right, go back to that.
It was bad. It's been bad. He, I believe 2 weeks ago was one of the worst losses he had. And then he followed that up with the worst loss of his NFL career. Old Belichick, I'd be like, now after his worst loss, there's no way he's losing the week after. But with this Bill Belichick shit.
Yeah. Little did you know, though, that at about 6 minutes left in the second quarter, Tom Brady's going to come out of the end zone, full pads and helmet coming out.
God, that'd be beautiful. That'd be amazing.
Just WWE SmackDown, random dude coming out of the tunnel style.
At halftime, they announced the Patriots have elevated mystery quarterback from the practice squad, and it's just bomb Brady. Yeah, but okay. What I want to talk about, quick last thing on that game.
Hold on.
It takes a lot for me to pick the Raiders.
They say Patriots have elevated Malik Cunningham from the practice squad at halftime. Dude comes out. It's just Tom Brady. It's that's Tom Brady.
That is not Malik Cunningham. That'd be fucking hilarious. But Colts Jaguars. Everett, fun fact of the day. Did you know that Trevor Lawrence has never covered as a home favorite in his NFL career. The Jaguars are 4-point favorites. And with Anthony Richardson now out for 2 fucking months, I would 1,000,000% be like, Jaguars are going to cover. This could be T-Law's first cover as a home favorite. Right now, if I'm Vegas, this line's at -4. That seems about right, actually. I wouldn't push that higher than that, regardless who's playing quarterback for the Colts. But right now, Vegas is begging anyone to bet on Jaguars -4. The Colts are going to cover this game. Not saying they're going to win, but the Colts are going to cover this game. Oh, yeah. It's a fishy line to me. Oh, I forgot. You can't comment. Okay, Saints, Texans. I cannot wait for the Stroud Olave post-game jersey swap. That picture going to be saved into my Ohio State album on my camera roll of just all my Ohio State pictures of all my boys since like 2012. I got a big album of pictures. Okay. I cannot wait to add that into the collection. Might see a new profile Twitter banner this weekend, depending on how nice the picture comes out. But I'm super excited for that game. Any update on Tank Dell?
Concussion protocol. Like every other player on my roster. If the player is on my roster in Dynasty, assume they are not playing this week.
Okay, fair enough. Don't say anything about Sam Howell, though. He's fucking strapping up for this Falcons game in the ATL. But okay, let's do Vikings Bears real quick, and then Cowboys Chargers, which I am pumped for. I am pumped for this one.
So there's 2 ways this game goes.
Oh, actually, Seahawks Bengals.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Okay.
All right.
That's what the fuck game of the week for me. You pick Bengals too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My what the fuck game of the week is Lions Bucks, by the way. Lions Bucks, what the fuck game of the week.
That one, I did not label that one as the official what the fuck game of the week, but that's like my what the fuck 1.5, like 2.0.
All right. Vikings Bears. There are 2 ways this game goes. Either the Vikings blow out the Bears or the Bears just win. It doesn't matter if it's a blowout or not.
Should I have taken your advice and probably picked the Bears for this? Because you do
Did
say
you not
that
take the Bears?
No, I picked the Vikings.
Oh, you motherfucker. Now we're both getting a loss. You just saved me. Thank you. All right.
The Bears are bad, Everett. They're really bad. Like really bad.
Hey, what's your rule about in division?
Hey, throw everything out the window. You are correct.
Yeah, everything's really going out the window. Everything, including the kitchen sinks, out the fucking window with this game. I'm expecting Jordan Addison to get fed. If TJ Hawkinson remembers that he has hands, he'll get fed too. That's a little complicated for him. He doesn't know that those exist the same way Arthur Smith doesn't realize the forward pass exists.
Kyle Pitts actually got some usage last week, but Drake London,
now Van Jefferson's on the team, so rip to that.
He's going to lead that team in targets for the rest of the year.
But yeah, I just honestly think the way that the Bears always pull one off, and this is in Soldier Field, this is in Chicago. I think that this is either going to be a split series or the Bears are going to. I don't know what the fuck is going on back there.
Don't say it.
The Bears are going to probably win this series.
Sweep?
I think that with the way that this team is playing right now, with the way the Vikings are playing right now, they can play up or down to anybody, and they will always play well when that's the case, but they will always be one play out of the game. They will always be a fumble removed, a touchdown removed, a DPI call, something. There's going to be something, and it's always one play away from winning the game, but never actually. Oh,
Jordan Addison, is he playing?
Well, he was limited in practice, so I don't know.
I saw that pop up on my phone, and I'm like, what the fuck?
If Jordan Addison doesn't play, fuck that.
KJ Osborne to the moon, though, right?
No.
Jalen Reagor breakout season. Use him like McCaffrey.
Jalen Reagor's not on the team anymore.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry, it's on me. Finger up for that one. Okay. I
have faith. You know, I'm always going to cheer for the Vikings, but I'm just saying it's a tough season, boys. All right. So
I also did this last year, and it kind of helped me a lot. I would always pick teams coming off the buys, which the Buccaneers have facing the Lions. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna fucking that shit. Okay, Cowboys, Chargers coming off the bye. Cowboys coming off an embarrassing Sunday night football performance. Cowboys open up 2.5-point favorites, but Kellen Moore revenge game. Kellen Moore revenge game. Okay, Cowboys fans actually were calling out Kellen Moore after last season, saying that like he was a big problem and that he needs to go. And I've been seeing sometimes Cowboys fans bringing up Kellen Moore being like shitty and stuff, which they kind of got a point because we have been going back to Lombardi conservative ball in the second half, but compared to overall Lombardi ball, much better from the Chargers.
Also,
offense.
can I just add one thing real quick?
Sure.
You've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game.
Oh yeah, coming off the bye. So, well, I'm also going to go on a limb and say that like Staley, after that win over the Raiders, like 2-2, he's definitely safe. Like Staley probably went out to Vegas, like probably stayed in Vegas part for that. Like I think that game was at home. I forgot. Anyway, like I'm not sure how dialed in, locked in, focused this team is. We'll see. I think Eckler's going to be back. I think so. No confirmation on that.
I'm sorry, Bob the Builder is currently in my house.
In your house? Can you bring him on? Can we get that so we could say featuring Bob the Builder?
Well, I'm hearing.
Okay, all right. I'll wrap up the Chargers thing. Yeah, this game, seeing the Cowboys, I feel much better. And with no Diggs, I mean, Keenan might go rampant. But it's, I want to see
Stephon Gilmore on the Cowboys.
Yes.
So, yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I forget their other corner's name, but I love him.
They just traded for the Dolphins corner, right? Ingham. I don't know his name, dude. You look it up. Look it up and try look up the Cowboys corner they just got from the Dolphins.
I have no idea. Get it out. No, you got it. You got it.
It's your turn. It's your turn, man.
No, sound it out.
Igbinu Hingy.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
No, man, you gotta try and pronunciate it now too. Come on, man. You can't do that to me.
I see. Oh yeah, Noah. Oh yeah, of course. Who doesn't know Noah? Noah I. You kidding me? You don't know Noah I? The fuck
Noah Ig,
the hell are
man.
you? Yeah, Noah Iggy. But okay, yeah, this game, seeing the Cowboys recently makes me much more excited. Like everyone's shitting on Dak again. That makes me very excited. You know what? It's weird optimism. I mean, we're probably gonna lose this game, but weird optimism.
Yeah. You know what? That's it's acceptable.
I'm not gonna expect like if we lose this game, I'm not gonna be like fire Staley. Like, but
well, you're already like fire Staley.
I know. I already am that. So, but yeah, like the Cowboys, I would say more talented roster than we do, which is fine to admit. It's okay, even without Diggs. So strange optimism though. Monday night, long rest for us. We'll see. Well, technically, really good for them going up against a bye week, and you have your Monday night game, so you get an extra day.
Yeah,
kind of like best case scenario for the Cowboys. Oh shit, the Bears have an extra Thursday night rest for you.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that one doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. One way or another, it doesn't matter.
I mean, Eberflus was probably just like crying all weekend, like, like
you know what? He was probably just the amount of stress being like, fuck, dude, I'm about to play Justin Jefferson.
Wait, actually, I think Eberflus might actually prefer to get bought out to just get all the money right now.
No, dude, I'm not gonna lie. So Eberflus defensive coach, right? Like he's defensive guy.
Put that in quotes.
In quotes. Yeah, it's bullshit. But for the game plan, he's probably sitting there. He's like, "Fuck, dude, I got to plan against Justin Jefferson this week. Holy shit!" Like he was getting held last week.
He sees IR and he's like,
he's like, oh my god,
Bears
we have
might
a chance.
Be back.
Bears might be back, baby.
Might.
Yeah, that's the key word there.
Yeah, it's like even with even with your injuries. Shit, Bears, you guys are still 2.5-point favorites. But okay.
Okay. All right. We got 3 minutes until this Dodgers game starts, and the podcast sees us melt down.
6:10, but for the sake of it, 3 minutes. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, we got a little bit more time before the
but for the sake of the intensity,
for our sake,
which our team
and
doesn't
also,
have.
I mean, I know fans want to probably see us cry and tears of pain and agony from watching the
I'm
first
not
inning.
Excited for this first inning.
Yeah. So I have, speaking of a team that is back, the Texans. All right. I have an in-season wish list for the Texans. Are you ready to hear it? You want to hear the in-season wish list, or just skip it today?
No, I want to hear. I'm just thinking.
Fuck the in-season wish list.
I'm thinking like what? I mean, Texan things have been going great right now, so I'm very interested in this.
Okay. Texans in-season wish list. Hope CJ Stroud can keep up his current performance pace, improve the red zone offense. Hope Damon Pierce gets back to his 2022 self. Hope pass protection improves, and hopefully start getting penalized less.
Okay. Yeah, Texans. The fact that they are 2-3 right now. What? Did not see that one coming. Did not expect that one to happen. CJ Stroud, Coldridge, the man, falling out right now. Falling out. He is rewriting narratives.
Still has yet to throw a pick, by the way.
Damn right. He also broke the record for most consecutive pass attempts to start an NFL
you know
career
what? I've got a segment on the fly for you. I've got a list on the fly for you.
Okay.
Top 10 MVP candidates.
Oh, MVP. Okay.
For you got to do them.
Oh, I got to do them?
On the dome, off the top of your dome.
Off the top of the dome.
10 MVP candidates.
And
there's one name I'm going to be curious if it's in there or not.
Right now at number 1, I'm gonna put a quarterback. I've got some choices here. I could ruffle some feathers. This could take a lot of me to admit, but Tua at 1. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Number 3, I want to do it. I want to. And I know you know what Brock Purdy. 3. 4. Puka Nacua. 5.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm kidding.
I was thinking maybe like a Tyreek Hill.
I'm thinking of. I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks. So
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud, Kirk Cousins.
I can't put Stroud in there.
Jalen Hurts.
No. I'll put the tush push in. Tush push at 4. Tush push at 4. Tush push number 4. Yes. Good call. Good call. Good fucking call. Number 5.
Kirky?
Whoever offense against the Broncos. I don't know.
Kirky?
This is weird. The MVP race.
Kirky? Little Kirk.
I can't put no 1-4 quarterback on that.
You
shit.
Motherfucker. Fuck you, man.
Come on. I mean, to be honest here.
Herbert?
Can't. I'm not putting Herbert on there.
7 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, I know. But, he's my guy, so I hold him to different standards than most.
Russ, 11 TDs, 2 picks.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of garbage time shit. Like, he's been boosting those numbers up. If we're talking on a per-play basis, Marvin Mims got to be up there.
The motherfucking bus. Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, up for consideration. I mean, the MVP is weird this year, right? There's probably a defensive name that deserves to be in there too. Maybe TJ. Doesn't TJ have like 9 sacks this year?
Yeah, and a fucked up finger.
Yeah, but he's a dog. Plays through it.
Yeah,
Like Njoku too. My God. But okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
we're about to go watch some pain, misery, and suffering at the hands of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who earlier in the year, I was like, hey, watch out. Diamondbacks, they're a young, fun team. And yep, they're bouncing us this year. Yeah, I thought we were like 3 years away from that. Nope, it's happening literally like 5 months after I said, hey, they're kind of fun. Watch out. Yeah, watch out. Yeah. Okay. Everett. Hit us with the hit us with the follow.
I don't want to go watch this.
Tell them about the fucking links. Tell it.
Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter at WaterboyPod. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Everett and at Waterboy Grant. You don't want to miss any of our content. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, on Spotify, all other podcast platforms, and on YouTube. We post new TikToks every Tuesday to Sunday. Don't want to miss any of those. We post Instagram graphics 2 times a week. Don't want to miss that either. New content. All right. With that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.